Hey there, Nappy here, and today on ARK Made Easy, we'll be taking a look at free-range Noglin taming, which tame works best, along with a few tips and tricks to get 100% taming effectiveness. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that bell to get notified when I upload new content or go live. And be sure to drop a Noggin Goblin in the comments below for a chance to win the perfect tame 225 featured in this video. Survivors on PC official PvE will be eligible, and we'll also be doing a few Noglin giveaways in the Emerald Empire Discord shop. Check out the link in the description.
I'm Nappy, this is my intro. Not very long, cut to the video.
These adorable little face suckers can be found through the Ares and Boros sectors in the central area of the Corrupted Gardens. They can also be found deep within Rockwell's proliferation. Being smaller than a Titanomyrma, they can be a bit hard to spot at times, so I suggest using the Snow Owl Predator Vision, Integrated Tech Helmet Scanner, or the Tech Scout Thermal Vision. Cactus Broth is an absolute must while taming, as their aggro range is about 6.5 foundations, and if they aggro on the player, they tend to flee from your tames afterward, then needing to be knocked out with either a tech bow or a long neck rifle with tranq darts. With such a small amount of health, even a primitive crossbow can easily kill the Noglin. Taming multipliers make no difference whatsoever while taming the Noglins, and the level also does not matter. Each wild or cloned wild creature will provide 20% taming affinity, in comparison to bred creatures only raising between 7 to 15% at a time. If everything works out well, you can tame a 150 with as little as 5 creatures. Carbonemys are frequently suggested for taming the Noglins up to 130, as they have decent HP with low damage output, but the health on the Carbonemys wild just don't go high enough to be able to tame the 130 plus Noglins. For that, you're going to want at least a Bronto with a decent amount of HP. Just take a wild and keep cloning it. Just make sure when you're using the Bronto to clear all the wild tames around it, because you don't want the Bronto tail whipping in the taming process. As the Noglin detaches, it will most likely be killed by the Bronto's tail whip. And now that we've got most of the wild tames cleared in the area, there's still some more spawning now, but oh well. We're going to go ahead and get our Bronto thrown out. And keep in mind when you throw these out, just watch out for the trees around it, because from above it may look like they're on the ground, but sometimes they'll be floating on one of these small little mushroom trees. And if the Noglin fails to attach to it after 3 lunges, it will begin to passive flee. So just verify that these are actually on the ground. You may want to whistle them and get them to move just slightly to make sure they are indeed on the ground. Then you're just going to go ahead and float just above the head of the Bronto, wait for the Noglin to attach. If you stay right about this height, the Bronto will keep aggro on you without actually trying to attack you, and it won't try and attack anything else that's nearby. The Noglin will remain attached to the Bronto for exactly 30 seconds while it slowly leeches its health. As the Bronto detaches though, you're going to want to stay away from that head, because it can aggro on you as it's falling off of the Bronto's head, because it's rather close to the player. And then after a bit, you're just going to go ahead and rinse and repeat this cycle until you've tamed your first Noglin. The very second the Noglin detaches, you're going to want to go ahead and drop right down near the butt of the Bronto. Don't get too close to the Noglin, because they can aggro you even if you're standing on the back of the Bronto. Go ahead and get this thing cryoed up, get a second one whipped out. Make sure you do not recycle one of the ones you've already used. If it doesn't have high enough health, it will not attach, and the taming percentage will go down rather quickly. Moving on to the final 20%, this should tame out with 100% effectiveness because it has not missed any of the lunges, aside from that very initial one, but it wasn't taming yet, so doesn't affect the effectiveness. And if you've made it this far into the video, now I'm going to go ahead and show you my little trick that no one else is using. If you've got yourself a stack of mayhoes, a crossbow, and a grapple hook, a Diplodocus is the absolute best tame to use for taming Noglins. And being one of the most underestimated tames on PvP, thankfully, their saddles have not been nerfed into the ground like turtles or brontos, which rarely go higher than 45. But the Diplodocus goes well over 100 still. My wild tame Diplo 224 with 17k health actually doubles the exact same 17k from the Bronto, going all the way up to 76,000 health with only 65 levels put into it. Once you get over top of 50k health on the Diplo, you don't even need to put a saddle on these whatsoever while taming the Noglins. In addition to the extremely large amount of health these things have, they also do no damage to the wildlife, no damage to your other Diplos once you throw them out, and they cannot damage the player. It's win-win-win. Diplos are such a great tame to use that you don't even need to cryo these things in between the mind controls. You just whip them out as quickly as possible, and you can have up to a 150 Noglin tamed in less than 3 minutes. It is downright unbelievable. But it doesn't stop there. The actual cloning cost of a 224 Bronto compared to the equivalent 224 Diplo, of course, Diplo takes the cake. And as you can see from this demonstration, it is stupid easy to tame Noglins with the Diplodocus. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of ARK Made Easy. If you would like a shot at winning this 225 featured here on official PvE on PC, go ahead and drop that noggin goblin in the comments below. We'll also have clones of the 17.1k Bronto as well as the 17k Diplodocus in the Emerald Empire Discord shop. As always, thanks for watching, keep on surviving, and stay free. You can check out my latest video down below, more ARK Made Easy over on the left, subscribe to my channel down in the corner, and I'll see you in the next one.